I'm the president of the Las Vegas One Rotary Club, and I want to welcome everyone to the Las Vegas One Rotary Club meeting. If I can get everyone to rise for me, please. Right? At the Rotary, we generally have a tradition where we say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we sing a song, and then we do the four-way test. So if you would stand throughout all three segments, greatly appreciated. And for those that may or may not know the words, the Pledge of Allegiance, and I will begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And then, of course, our very favorite song, God Bless America. David, would you start us off with song?
Yes, I will. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, David. That's all right.
I'll bring it down.
That's quite all right. And then Gloria, if you'll take us through the four-way text.
Okay, of the things we think, say, or do. Number one.
Is it true?
Number two.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Number three.
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
And four.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you very much. If everyone will have a seat. I know I interrupted the meat slicing portion of our lunch, so they'll return shortly and everyone can continue eating. So I'd like to take a moment now and give an opportunity to welcome our esteemed member, past District Governor Randy Poe. He is here with us today, so always good to see you, sir. So for those that never had the opportunity to meet past District Governor, this banner that you see every time you come to the meeting, that is the gentleman who is actually Randy Poe. So we don't just make banners up, we have real people behind these banners. I would also like to take this moment to ask anyone who has a guest or brought someone if they would introduce their guest. Has anybody? John.
I have a guest that you may recognize. Desiree was our speaker last week, and she came this week to join and see what our group is all about. Desiree?
Hello, everybody.
Fantastic. Desiree, you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Yes, I'm Desiree Pedler. I'm the Southern Nevada Director for the local project community mobile app that's just recently released, helping businesses, nonprofits, and our residents.
Fantastic. Are there any visiting Rotarians with us today? No visiting. All right. Well, today we're very fortunate to have as our speaker the Clark County Treasurer. So she will come on a little later, Laura Fitzpatrick. So we're very honored. Right now, what I want to do is cover a few things. As I always like to do, I always like to remind everyone, is this in focus? There we go. I always like to remind everyone that Fogo de Chao, our home, is always gracious enough to provide us evening rooms. And of course, we have this fabulous lunch that's here. We have to always remember that as our partner, we want to make sure we take care of our partners. So remember, for the evening events, there's opportunities to sponsor a meeting in the evening. That is where your business can bring its information and you can have time to stand before the club and educate people on what it is your business does. Sponsorship is merely $100, and what that $100 does is it buys the appetizers that are given on the evening meetings, right? So everyone is able to sponsor a meeting for the evening meetings. Don't forget about that. Our agenda items, there's 3 things I want to share with everybody. It's like we're in the meat service. So here's what I'll do. I'll take a break until the meat service is done, and then that way. No, until they give everybody some meat and walk out of it. I'll let you tell them what it is first, though, before we pass it around to them.
Of course. Two. Thank you. Right on, Doug. All right.
But a lot of
the server? No, the server still has the same. The machine is
Sure.
Video red line.
No.
Pardon me?
Medium, video
Sure.
red line.
Yeah, that's good.
Take it.
There you go. Thank you.
No, I realize that. Let them at least get around it.
I feel like such a great caveman here.
It is. I mean, tasting it at Brazilian in Brazil. I mean, it's called a Brazilian steakhouse.
It's a Brazilian.
Yeah. Texas Brazil. That's the same thing. You know? It's pretty cool. My wife doesn't eat meat, so I don't even do it anymore. No, I like that.
All right, fantastic. Now that everybody's had a moment to at least get something to eat, and now you guys can hear me a little better. We've got a few agenda items to cover. One of the agenda items I want to talk about is the RI convention that will be held in Atlanta. We haven't discussed this in a while, but we're very fortunate this year that the annual convention is going to be held here in the United States. Last year the convention was held in Korea. The year before that I believe it was held in Sao Paulo. So this is an opportunity for you to go to the convention, and the convention is Rotarians from around the world. So without you having to incur the expense of a flight to Korea, hotels in Korea, we're talking Atlanta, which is relatively inexpensive. What I will say more than anything else is that you want to book early because there's a cost savings for booking early, but you also want to get a room immediately because this is a very, very, very big deal. There will be people from all over the world. They've already begun booking rooms and making their reservations for the convention. It's an incredible thing, and you get an opportunity to meet Rotarians from all over the world, hear the president of RI speak, and I'm going to ask past District Governor Randy Pope to get on the spot for just a hot second. I'll let him swallow what he's chewing because he has been to an international convention and he can share with you a personal experience.
I've been to 4, and it is, as Nathan explained, it's one of the most awesome things that you'll ever do in your life, especially as a Rotarian. Most people come in their native garb, and it's an opportunity for 3 or 4 days just to meet people all over the world. The Hall of Friendship has districts and clubs publicizing their projects, gives you an opportunity, and if anybody in here does this, make sure you sign up for Host Hospitality Night. Beth and I did it in Seoul, and that's when all the Rotary clubs from that area will take 15 or 20 people and either take them to a home, take them to a restaurant, that it really gets an opportunity for you to meet Rotarians in Atlanta, in the Atlanta area. So what Nathan said is correct. Book now. It's less expensive, and the hotels are filling up in downtown Atlanta. And they're trying, because Atlanta's opening a new baseball stadium, they're trying to have a game there during the convention.
Fantastic. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate you taking a moment to share your experience with everybody. Also on the agenda item, next Tuesday, the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Mandarin Bar. We have our club social. Starts at 5:30, so after work. Everyone is encouraged to not only attend, but bring a guest. Bring someone along who would enjoy having a cocktail with you, looking at the beautiful Las Vegas views, right? This is an incredibly gorgeous room. I have been fortunate enough to be here. As you can see, there's an incredible view of the Strip, right? So not only is the room beautiful, but the view is beautiful. This is one of many views, right? It's a wall of windows, so you get a panoramic view of the Las Vegas area. Again, Tuesday, starting at 5:30, that's when we're having our club social. Club socials are also important because this is an opportunity for you to actually get to know your club members, meet club members, bring your friends who always ask you, hey, what's that Rotary thing you're doing, right? They get an opportunity to come in a social setting and you guys really get a chance to know one another. It wasn't a club social, but I got an opportunity to sit next to Dean because it was Ron's birthday, and I got to know Dean a lot better as we sat there and had a little bit of food, and I think I drank a beer, and it was just it was a great experience, and there was quite a few things I didn't know about Dean that I learned, right, about him and his family and his business and him as a person. So the club socials are extremely important, right? The other thing I want to remind everyone is we are coming up on the holiday season, and as you all know, Fogo de Chao has a phenomenal food, right? So we are slating the Christmas party for December 21st, which is a Wednesday. I have to make sure I check those dates because I put the 22nd and I got it all wrong. So it's the 21st on a Wednesday. Dinner service to be at 7 o'clock. We will start to send out information to get people's confirmations. We're working on it right now. We believe we can get dinner service somewhere under $60 a person, right? So we encourage everyone. Christmas is always a festive time, and what a great time to come, and what a great way to bring a significant other, spouse, friend, and come and socialize and have a fantastic dinner here at Fogo de Chao. As we all know, club chair positions, we still have the fellowship committee position available. If anybody is interested, I believe that Kara Lee is leaning towards being one of the chairs, but since we have so many people that are new, it's always nice to have chair, co-chairs, so people can feel a little more confident when they're doing something for the first time. So if anyone's interested, I believe Kara Lee is interested for sure, and that would give you an opportunity to be a co-chair, so it gives you someone to work with. Before I stop and let you enjoy your lunch, I wanted to do one more thing. So I wanted to take a moment and do a bit of, that's as big as it gets. I'll try to make it bigger. No, that is as big as it gets. That was as big as it gets. All right, so here we have service above self and the origins of how service above self became important in Rotary. There's a big statement, there's a big saying in Rotary, right? Service above self. And service above self came about, right, when people were at one of the club conventions, and one of the first ones was he profits most who serves best, which was how it started in 1911. And over the years it's progressed into service above self. It's a great statement, right? But it means a lot more than just it's a great statement. Service above self is exactly what we're about. What we do, what we're focused on is serving, right? Before we worry about ourselves. We're worried about serving to make sure that I know I'm good, I'm cared for. How do I help others? And I think that's the spirit of why most of us came. But beyond that, what I'll share with you, and this is what we've been sharing in the trainings, is this is right out on the Rotary.org website. So if you remember the trainings, when we talked about going to the club site, the DACDB site, the Rotary.org site, which is where you go to My Rotary, there is a myriad of information for you to be able to learn what Rotary is about. Rotary is much bigger than the lunch meeting or the evening meeting that we have, our clubs. And one of the other things we'll do is we're going to start a program where the Rotarians who have been Rotarians for a while will get together with other Rotarians and work on club visits. So, you know, I'll get together with 2 or 3 people and we'll work out and coordinate a date and go visit another club, so you get the opportunity to see how other meetings are run. I just on the other day watched as Rotary LVWON had a panel discussion at one of their luncheons, and it was very interesting. As you all know, the country is suffering from an epidemic, and so they had a panel discussion of some very important leaders sitting and talking about it, right? So I encourage everyone to proactively go beyond just what we do here to learn more about what Rotary is all about, and Rotary.org has a site where, as you can see, there's plenty of information to be learned. Now, I'm going to be silent for a while so you guys can have a bit of fellowship, enjoy your lunch, and then we're going to bring up Laura Fitzpatrick a little bit later. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, Dr. Mahon. Before I sit down, I'm going to let Dr. Mahon come up and talk to us because she was kind enough to get our club a polio pig, and she's going to tell you exactly what a polio pig is.
Thanks, Nathan. This is our polio pig. She is a purple polio pig. Anyway, a polio pig is something each club is supposed to have, and we pass it around maybe once a month and just put, you know, change or dollar bills in it. And we collect the money at the end of the meeting and submit it to the Polio International Fund.
Fun.
And there's still 2 or 3 countries left on the planet that have polio. I had an unhappy feeling that Nigeria might have had a case or 2 recently, but anyway, that's what the polio pig is about. And our particular pig was made in Mexico and he's pottery, so be careful with him. And I have a padded bag to carry him around in. I couldn't find us a plastic one. But anyway, that's what it's all about. Oh, and it's from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I couldn't find us a big polio pig here. So when I was home for Indian Market, I went to the Mexican shop and found us a pig there. So that's why it's a purple polio pig. Where's this one? There it is. There's
All right, and with that, I'm going to let everyone enjoy lunch for a while, and then we'll bring up our speaker.
I'm sorry?
Where is that?
Who is that? What is that?
Where is that?
It's just a PowerPoint?
No, the about Frederick Sheldon.
Google, maybe?
You said it was on the.
Rotary.org.
Yeah, you said it was on Rotary.org. That story about author Frederick Sheldon.
Oh, I just went in and found Rotary history. But if you probably Google Rotary history service above self, or Google him.
I like that. The paragraph in there. It's business and I couldn't catch it all, but trying to find
I've got the website still on my computer here. Let me tell you. Did I forget something? Oh, I was supposed to send an email out to send a notification. Right. No. Yeah, I was supposed to send an email out as we get it out. But we're supposed to send that. We're going to start sending out 3 a week. Someone there. And then in the middle of the week, those things are going to go out.
I applied for it.
That's one of the reasons why we're talking.
I can use their stuff.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is credit card in there. Just put your, oh, very nice. Did I beat you? Yeah, those are nice. Right that and horses. It's like one or the other. My wife wants to come first.
Yeah, I just got it.
I'm like a week behind you.
Yeah, you came in 2 weeks ago. When I was invited a long time ago. You invited me to be in since July. I just haven't had time to come. It's hard.
People are responsible. They're responsible because you've been
the team is better than one person. Learn that. It's hard. It took me a while, but you believe in yourself. So you believe in your.
It's also a better environment.
Yeah.
And getting over that hump that is happening so independent. It's weird. We all have it. Yeah.
I've worked with so many people that have never done. It's like, you have goals that you know where you want to go.
Then they call me.
Now you're doing everything that after you feel
Yeah, that's why we're very like we're very aware of that because we want to make sure like even though you do have that side of your business in person, my idea was hey you don't have it yet here, so why not work? Thank you.
Application, so you don't have to load and download it and put it out.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. So what's our next step, right?
Yeah, I would need to figure how exactly it would work, how the KYD would work.
And participating businesses?
Yeah, if it would be something that I want to start out with to carry with me to show everybody, or something I would want to just say, this is what tool that you can use, or this is a tool we encourage you to use.
Right.
And it says local project on it, and then shows it up that way.
Probably do both.
Yeah.
You carry it with you. You can invite anybody that you meet to post stuff out onto their social networks. I'm not sure I have any cash. No cash today.
It's always next month.
So if you meet somebody, you can get them to pull information in about the project and share it with their 500 friends. That's it. Then, well, it might go organically from there. If you leave the pad with them, especially if it's a customer, then every single time a customer comes in, they will invite that customer to share it on their respective Facebook. So the holy grail is to get it into your customers' hands and reaching out to your customers' friends. Much larger
The
group
only
of
thing is our prices are so low to help the businesses right now. And we have a high volume coming in, so it's easy to keep them low. I would have to figure out they can't combine the prices for that.
Right?
So I don't know how much is the cubic piece?
If you bought 100 of them, they'd be 99 bucks a piece. It's cheap. And affordable.
Yeah. I took maybe
Oh, about one. Sure. Well, one, it's $1,000 a piece. Yeah, that's plenty. You gotta turn this green thing off.
I was gonna say, it's on my friend the whole time, and I still got it.
Right.
So one of them, $1,000. How does that work?
Right. Well, you're buying in volume, so you're making it up.
The thing that we run into is, so our entire platform is ran by a tech company in Houston, Enid Technologies, and they do all sorts of things.
They're going to be jaded,
Yeah.
and they'll probably try to reverse engineer it, but they won't be able to do it as cheap. We got about $350,000 in the software so far. Now, I developed it from scratch, so if you have the benefit of my design, you might be able to do it for half the price in half the time. You're still investing a couple $100,000. Whereas buying it from me, not only do you get it for $10,000, but I'm constantly making improvements that you're not paying for.
So now the county, so now the county should thank you, right? Because that motivates you to get your county picture, right? Do you know, I have your council school board, do you actually have the IT people like this call?
Honestly, what I can see happening is this being something that we do come the fall. So, I mean, fall as in already in September. Thinking so once all the areas are open, jumping on this to give to our platinum sponsors first, or category
Right.
sponsors first.
Right.
Because they would be the ones I would love to immediately give them to.
Right. You could also offer it to all your members at $200 and send them to my website where it costs $1,000, and then if they buy it, you get 100, I get 100.
That is always the challenge once you go back and get old information.
So it becomes another revenue stream for you.
I like that idea. But I really would like to do more of just the network. I'd rather get the 200 and work some type of partnership where we could possibly have some type of really good lead network with each other. Keep the revenue with you. So if we can do 200, get these businesses. I think some of the local projects, advertising, marketing that to them.
Right?
And then all of our sponsors and
I've got more files that I can't remember sometimes I think where I file things, so I have them to recall, and I can't recall them. Which file, put that in, put that in.
I'd rather keep it local. That's my big thing. I'm all about the local tech companies and such, going outside the state or outside the area.
Right.
Where do you get a manufacturing from?
In China,
Yeah. So you're importing it.
a distributor does.
It's always used to do logistics.
What?
I used to work in logistics. So I was doing the third party, like the shipping and everything for 86 companies and like different companies, like tech companies. Like we work with Linksys and what's the other one? And the name.
Cisco?
Yeah, Cisco. When I quit, I was like, I'm done. I don't even remember all the jargon. But yeah, it was, we did a lot of importing from China. And massive umbrellas and large ships. Way to go.
Cheaper over there. The only thing is they can't. The issue that China has is the trusting of the product sometimes, you know, semiconductors and all these kind of things are done like people's houses like kids are doing it. And then you get them and it's like, what do you do? Are you ready for it?
Yeah, and if you can't get it, some companies you can get samples. You get a sample report, and then you know what you're getting.
I know, like, see, I used to work in a semiconductor manufacturing company, so I had like, a lot of clients, you know, doing well. And most of my clients, I was working in Spanish, so I was working in Spain, and I was even working in Italy, and as well as South America. A lot of companies in there, but they, most of the best pricing, it's very competitive, the best pricing for semiconductors and all that pricing from China. But we have issues because all the stuff that was being shipped from China, somewhere they all back. And then we did some research on what's going on, and we're purchasing, we're working at their home. Like, they're building the semiconductors at their kitchens. So like the farmers were doing so you met, like I was working, one of my clients was Siemens.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I know this is the favorite part of the meeting where everybody gets an opportunity to interact and have a bit of fellowship and get to know everybody, and that's always the best part of it. Real quick, before we bring up our speaker, personally, I had just a little inkling to try to understand a few things. One, as you all know, Mandarin Bar, right? We're going to have a great time next Tuesday. But just out of curiosity, how many folks can make next Tuesday's meeting? Okay, so we got a good chunk of folks. Yeah. All right. So we got about 5 or 6, 7, 8. Where are we at? 8? All right. Fantastic. Again, always bring a guest. You're welcome to bring a guest. And then, of course, we're going to begin T-shirts, and you guys all remember T-shirts. And how many folks would be interested in having a club T-shirt? All right, so we're going to pull an order form together, and I'll get the order forms out so you can talk about sizes. Obviously, the more people in the club that want a T-shirt, the lower the price we can get them, the cheaper we can make them so everybody can have them. The reason I'm so stoked and jazzed about T-shirts is I'm a former military guy, right? Military is impressive, yes. We have, 1.2 million service members. That's an impressive number. What makes the military impressive is when there's just a handful of me and my buddies hanging around town in a uniform. If you see us sitting somewhere, we look more impressive because we're all uniform in the way we look, which is why they have uniforms, right? So when we have Rotary T-shirts and we do our service projects, we look more impressive when we're doing our service projects, whenever we put our stuff up on our social media, whenever we put our pictures and videos and captions out there. So that's my personal reason why I'm so stoked about having some sort of T-shirt, because, well, I was a military drone, right? I was drummed into the way of having a uniform. With that, I'm going to get to our speaker. So I have our speaker's bio, and there's certain things on here I think she specifically wanted me to make sure I mentioned, so I will do my very best to cover this. Laura Fitzpatrick was appointed to the county treasurer by the Clark County Board of Commissioners March 1998 to fill a vacancy in that position. In November of that same year, she was elected to her first 4-year term, right? Laura has an extensive background being a CPA and high-level experience of public and private sectors when it comes to accounting, auditing, and public finance. Before being with the Clark County Treasurer's Office, she was with the Las Vegas office of Deloitte & Touche. Did I pronounce that correctly? All right. And Ernst & Winning. but she's also served in other roles as the Deputy State Treasurer for the state of Michigan, and she was the Director of Intergovernmental Relations for the Bond Market Association in Washington, D.C., which is a mouthful.
It is. I tried to shorten.
That's all right. She's working with state and local officials throughout the country. Over the years, Laura's been an active member, board member, and officer in professional and service organizations, both locally and nationally. She is very proud to call herself a past president of the Downtown Las Vegas Rotary Club, which means that there's an opportunity for her to join one of the best Rotary clubs in the world, right here. Laura's a native Texan, graduated from the University of Texas at Austin, Hook 'em Horns, and I think this was the part that I had to make sure I stated. Way to go Longhorns this past Saturday night. Woohoo! Hook 'em Horns. And that comes from an anybody but Notre Dame fan.
It was amazing.
She and her husband have 2 children, a son who graduated Foothill High School and is now an attorney in Detroit, and a daughter who graduated from Las Vegas Academy and is starting her junior year at DePaul University in Chicago, which is my hometown. Everyone, please give a warm welcome for Laura Fitzpatrick.